Hi and welcome to C# tutorial of point of sale application. Okay, let me show you guys how this works. I can always select any of the items that are not required and remove from the list and check out the price. There. Let's remove one or two more. Look at that. And we can even reset the whole lot. There we go, and enter new product in there, and you can also see the barcode, okay, taking account of the sales that been put together. And here we can select cash, and maybe let's select amount and click on pay. And guess what, we can even print it if we want. Print out the receipts. That is it right there. I'm going to exit out of the receipt because I don't have a printer. There we go. Okay. And what else can we do? We can just reset again or delete whatever we want to delete from the system and just get rid of that. There, and you can see the change given is changed. And let's reset and use some other payment method and you guys see what's going to happen. There we go. That is it. Select another different types of payment method and that's it right there. Just tell you, well, you're paying by Visa, so you've deposited nothing, and that is the amount you're paying. Okay guys, let's start work with a new tutorial. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to then click on create new project. Okay, make sure C# is selected on the template and let's select next. And right there I'm going to give my project a name. I'm just going to call it CS underscore point of sales. There, just click on create. Okay, now that my development environment is ready, I'm going to come in here straight to the properties and let's change that to 1386 by 788. Press enter. There. Now the next thing is to come straight to the toolbox and let's select panel. Grab the panel and I'm going to change the appearance of that panel to, let's go straight to the border style. And let's change that to fixed 3D. Now grab that very panel, drop it right there and set it about that much, and right click, grab another one, bring it all the way over there. Now I'm going to need this one, just extend this one that much, and I'm going to need 3 of them, in fact 4 underneath here. Alright, that's good. Just drag it that much all the way. Right. I'll repeat the same thing for this. Okay, now that that is done, if you notice there's no panel here. Right here, I'm going to go back to the tools and I will then select data grid view, drag that and just dump it right here somewhere there, and let's change the back color. Oh, first of all, let's come in here, let's just edit it. I'm going to add, let's add item, click on add. The next one is going to be quantity, click on add and followed by amount. There we go. Right, add that and that's all there is to that. Click on OK. There, I'm going to change the back color. Let's come right here. I will change the back color to something a little bit brighter. Okay, that will do. And right underneath here I will add a label. Come right down, let's grab a label. There we go, that's my label there. drag that label that much and change the color of that very label to background white. Background of it is going to be something brighter, and change the border style to fixed 3D auto size, change that to false, and there we go. That's my label there. Scroll right down, get rid of the text content in there. Now the next thing before I proceed is to change this very label. The font in there will be a barcode. Now to get a barcode font, what you guys will have to do is to go to the font.com. okay, right in there you can download the barcode. I will include the URL of this font website to my description area, so that you guys can download your own font there, the barcode. And I will then go for the one with the C. And right here, let's download this very one here. Yeah, this very one. Just click on download. There, I've downloaded it, and right in here, and there it is. So all you then need to do is just double click on it and get it installed. Click on installed, and that's all you need to do. Okay, I've already installed it on my system, so I'm going to exit out, minimize this. So select my label and come right here. You see where we have properties. Now come right there, you see the font. Click on the font, and let's change the font type to barcode. That is it right there. Just look for it and say that's the one you want. Click on OK, and there we go. So this now has a font, and you can just give it a name, barcode. Barcode. There we go. That's the name of that. That's taken care of. The next thing is, let's grab some buttons. We need about, okay, so we need, okay, altogether will be 12 here, and I'm going to need another. We're going to have to increase the font of all that. Alright, so bring this that much, just drag it here. I need about 24 here, that's 12. Hold on to your control, click and drag there. Alright, looking good. Now underneath here, I'm going to now add another panel. In fact, I need 3 of those. Come right down here, grab a panel, drag it that much, and change the appearance to border style. Make that fixed 3D. That is fine. There, bring it down. Now we need labels. Come right here, we need one label here, and let's change the details of this very label to something readable. Make that bold, and I'm going to make that about maybe 24 for now. And there, just hold on to the control, click and drag. I'm going to select it all. Okay, let's paste it individually. And another one, and another one there. Okay, these ones I'm going to change the appearance to, let's come into border style, make that fixed 3D, and it's going to be white, something brighter really. And here, there, that is one here, and I'm going to repeat the same thing. There we go. Alright, I'm going to make a copy of this there, and one more here, paste. There we go. Right, but here I'm going to need some buttons. So let's delete all of these off, and we grab some buttons in there. Delete, delete, and delete. Now let's add some buttons here. Come in here, add one, need another one, and then okay, so I have my buttons in place. So if I run my program right now, this is how it's looking. So I'm now going to just kind of like speed up the design of the whole interface. Let me just show it to you guys. This is how my interface is looking. So I need to tidy up a little bit. So let's close that. Now let's come in here, select the button. Okay, and I then need to go to the picture, I think. Yeah, it should be a property called picture or image. Yeah, image. Open up that and let's locate where my images are. Right, here are my images. I need this in there. Click on OK. There we go. Now repeat the same thing for this other one. And let's come in here. Where's the other one? This one. Click on that. Let's pin this down. Image. And let's look for something cappuccino in there. Something milky cappuccino, whatever. Yeah, grab that. And so on, guys. And here I'm just gonna add, just because I intend to speed that up, I'm gonna change the font here. Let's come in here, change all of the font to something readable. Make that about 24 bold. There. And this is just going to be numbers. Alright, so the first one is going to be 7, 8. Let's do that again. Select that. That's 7. And this is 8. This is 9. And the next one here, that will be 4, 5, 6. We have 3, 2, 1, 0, decimal, and there. So that is all ready now, and we just need to finish up with this now. So let's enter the coffee image there. Let's go for the black one, black coffee. Import, and right there. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. Alright guys, this is how my interface is looking now. There. Okay, but let's add a value to that very text box. Then I'm going to add a 0 in it, a line right, and let's add some other components. Okay, print. No, let's go for print document and print preview. Yeah, just those two. I'm going to get rid of this one, print dialog. Get rid of this very one. Delete that. Alright. Print document 1 and print preview. Select the print preview, come straight to the property here. You see where we have document. Change that to print document. There. So that one is taken care of. Okay. Okay, before we do anything, we might as well just take care of this print button. So I'm going to double click on the print button itself. Let's double click on it, and up here let's declare the following, or call the following object bitmap, and I'm just going to call it bitmap. There, and enter semicolon. And right underneath, inside the procedural area of that very button itself, right here, so I'm going to enter the following. Let's say height equals data grid view dot height. There. Okay, now the next thing is data grid view dot height. Let's copy that and just paste it here. Dot height, that will be equals data grid view equals data grid view dot row and count dot row and count, and let's multiply that by that data grid view dot row template dot row template and dot height I might multiply that by 2. Okay, so what I'm trying to achieve here is to kind of like take more or less a screenshot of the receipt. So the next thing is going to be, let me get hold of this my object here called bitmap. Bitmap itself equals new bitmap, and this new bitmap is going to have the width. Let me enter the width of this data grid view there, copy that, paste that in here, dot width there, and this width, we also need the height of the data grid view itself. Maybe grab this and paste it here. Okay, so take the picture of the width. The picture we're taking will be the picture, the width and the height of the data grid view. Now let's come right down here and then say data grid view itself. We now want you to draw to bitmap. So in there say dot draw to bitmap there. Then we then say bitmap comma is going to be in a rectangle. That's a rectangle, not a triangle, rectangle, and set the coordinate for it is going to be 0 by 0. That's my coordinate, and that is going to be the coordinate of my data grid view. Enter data grid view there, dot width and the height. So grab all of these, then copy that and just paste that in here, and here enter semicolon. Okay, we're getting there. Now one more thing we then need to do is to call the print dialog. Okay, say print preview dialog. We now want it to dot print preview control and dash zoom equals 1. Okay, you can make yours 2. I'm going to set it for 1. Then the print dialog 1, I want you to show the dialog itself. Copy that, paste it right here. Print dialog dot show dialog, and enter parentheses. Now we now want the data grid view height equals this very height up there, equals height. Grab that, paste that right here, enter semicolon. So that takes care of the lines of code for my print button. Now we now need the document. The other thing is, to be on the safe side, I think it's advisable you guys enter something like, try cache. So I'm just going to drag that in there. Alright, so let's enter a statement underneath here before I go to the next one. So the cache is going to be as follows. So come right down here, press enter cache, and that will be exception ex. Press enter there, and I'm just going to show a message box dot show, and what am I showing? It's going to be ex dot message. So if there's any problem, the system will handle that for me there. Okay, I'm going to just maybe grab this, grab that, And now let's go straight into our document here. This very one. Double click on the document and now enter try cache, and right underneath try cache, copy this, paste that right underneath there. And here now we now want to enter the following message: e dot graphic dot draw image. That's what I want. Draw image, and this image is going to be in the following. That's going to be in the following: coordinate 0. It's a bitmap and the coordinate is going to be 0 by 0. And right here I'm just going to enter semicolon, and that's all there is to that. Okay. Alright, take a good look at the lines of code for the print button there, and right underneath here, that is the print document. Just this very one. I only just entered try cache. Alright, let's run that and see how that's going to look like. Now let's assume we have whatever value in here. So I'm going to now try that out. Click on print, and there we go. Look at that. More or less took the picture. Just scan it and paste it right in there. Okay, close that. Now that is done. Let's take care of this. Resets. Then we'll take care of these two. These two will require some function, but let's take care of this one first. Maybe grab all the try cache again. Just grab them all. Come right down here, double click on this one and paste that in here, and delete this very one. Delete that. There we go. And the very first one is going to be btn. That's a btn. Yeah, get rid of that. Dot text equals clear. There. I'm going to copy this and paste it for the others. Now I have btn cache, paste, btn change, there, btn subtotal, paste, btn tax, now btn total, paste. The other one that I'd like to get rid of is going to be data grid view dot roles. Okay, this very roles dot clear. There we go. There. And we can also refresh the data grid view as well. Let's grab it and just refresh it. Come down here, dot refresh. You don't have to do that. I just want to do it for my own use. Okay, that's that done. Now finally I'm going to also take care of my combo box dot text equals clear. There we go, and that is it, all done. That takes care of my clear function. Now let's do one more thing. See here, double click on that, and I want to change this. That will be for the combo box. Copy the combo box. That's going to be the item inside the combo box. Dot items dot add, and the very first one is going to be cache. There. Now we need two more. Copy that, paste, and this one is going to be Visa card. And finally I'm going to have this as MasterCard. There we go. So if I run my program, this is how it's going to look like. So run. there. So I can now select any of the type of payment that I want. Okay, that's good. I'm going to log off and let's go straight to my interface. Right here, there's one thing I like to do. It looks a little bit plain. Let me just select the form, go to the properties, and I'm going to change the back color of the property to cadet blue. So just type in cadet blue in there. There we go. Right, let's see how that is looking now. Okay, with the cadet blue in, that's how it's looking. And maybe I should even change the back color of all of these as well. Okay, let's do that. And I'm going to select it all. Select this very one here, and this. Let's go straight to the properties and just change that to cadet blue as well. There. I think that is much better. So let's select it all and just kind of like push it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to settle for that. Now, you see these buttons. I want when I click on these buttons should show the amount the customer is depositing. Now let's do that. So I'm going to first of all move this button down a little bit because they all seems to be way up there. Okay, let's select all of these buttons, and I'm going to select the 0 and the decimal number as well. And let's go to the properties here. Let's go to events, and I'm going to select event, click. Let's give that a name. I'll call it numbers only. Press enter. There. And right here, I'm going to create an object. I'll call it button. Let's say button B, and that is going to be equals, open a bracket, button, close the bracket, is going to be using the sender. There. Now, let's use an if statement. If LBL cash, that is the name of the label I intend to enter the customer deposit, equals 0. If you notice, I have a 0 in there. I'm now going to say if it's equals 0, then LBL cash.text equals, let's clear it. Let's clear whatever we have in there first, and LBL cash equals b.text. There. Right. That is for whatever we have in there. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to use else if, because we have the decimal point. We say else if b dot, no, undo that, if b dot text, copy that here, paste that in here. If b dot text equals the decimal point, okay, let's put that in a bracket and this in the brackets as well. Then we want as follows: all of these, grab that, LBL cash.text equals LBL cash.text plus whatever we have inside B. There. Okay, so that is if it is in decimal place. Okay, oh, there should be another if statement, sorry. So I'm going to grab this if, because it's not going to work this way. If that, and move this here, there, and here. So that means if not, if not lbl cache dot text dot contains the decimal point, then I want this to happen. Then it should allocate a decimal there. Okay, then come right down here and right below here. Okay, I will then say else. We now want this. We're going to assume that is going to be for the text there. I think that should take care of that. Yeah, I can't see any error, so I'm going to have to run it and just see how that's going to look like. So let's click on run there, and we click on this. You see that we can enter whatever value we want there. Let's see if this works now. Let's see what I've done wrong. Yeah, I think this might be the cause. Let's take that off. Yeah, okay, now I'm going to try it again. Let's run it. Click on run. I think I'm going to end up with the same error though, but there's something I've spotted. Oh, the clear is not working yet. Okay, it's working now, but here, you see here, that is supposed to be if not lbl cache, this very one here, lbl cache dot text if not lbl cache dot text dot contains that. Okay, and this equals this. Okay, yeah, that's logically correct now. So let's run that and see again. And that's it. So let's enter something in there and click on that again. So that is fine. My decimal point is now working fine. So let's take care of the clear. I'm just going to grab this, come right here, double click on clear, paste that in there. That takes care of the clear function. That is fine. Now I need to create a function here. So let's go right up there. I'm going to move right up there. So have a good look at these lines of code for now. That's just for the button. That is for the form load, clear or reset. And for my print, part of the print, and right underneath here, I'm going to create as follows. So let's create a public class in here. So I'm going to say public double, and that is going to be known as cost of underscore item. Yeah, there. So that is the name of my function, cost underscore items with an S. Now we now enter the following. I'm going to say double. Okay, that is going to be sum equals 0. There, that is the double. And the next thing I'm going to declare is going to be integer. Let's say I equals 0 as well. Then I'm going to use a for loop. Let's say for, let's change this one to uppercase D. Let's say for I equals 0, and I, that is going to be less than data grid view dot rows dot counts. There, enter semicolon right there. Okay, and I'm just going to say I plus plus there. Okay, so I have my very first let's cover this here as well. Right, and semicolon here. We already have a semicolon, so that's fine. But here I need to enter a semicolon. Okay, so that's good. So the next thing I want to now do is I'm going to open up a curly braces for that. Now say sum equals sum plus convert dot to double. And what are we converting to double? That is going to be data grid view dot row dot rows, and open up an array, close that, dot cells, and that will be an array as well, and that is the second column of my data grid view dot value. Right, and close this right here. Okay, now what else do we need to do? Let's return sum. We return sum, that should take care of that. So let's say return sum. There we go, that error is gone, and enter semicolon right there. Okay, so that's my very first function taken care of. Let's do one other thing. I'm going to declare another one that is going to be a private one. So let's say private. Let's say void add cost. Open and close. There we go. Now for add cost, I'm going to create double as well. Then I'm going to add tags in there. So let's say double, that is going to be tags, comma, q there, and the value for the tax is going to be, let's initialize the tax with about 3.9. that's the tax you're paying. There we go. Alright, so now let's use an if statement. So we can, let's just grab all of these. I'm going to grab that with my if statement underneath here. If this is less than 0, or no, greater than 0, okay, yeah, that's correct. Come right down here, open up a curly braces. In that case, LBL tax dot text equals, let's convert that to string dot format. We're converting it to pounds so I can use a pound sign. Then I'm going to enter speech mark, curly braces, and that is going to be 0 column 0 column 2 C2. That should give me the pound sign that I want. Okay, depend on your own currency sign. So in here, let's say, okay, cost of item, cost of item, I want to multiply that by tax, and I then want to divide it. Come right here, divide that by 100, so that will give me my tax value here. Alright, so that is fine. That takes care of that. Let's see, I have one here, one for this, one for this, one for this, one for, okay, that's fine. Right, now let's do the same thing for subtotal. I can just grab all of these and come right down here. LBL subtotal, paste. In the case of subtotal, I'm going to get rid of the tax. Yeah, Let's get rid of the tax. This very one we have to go delete, and delete this as well. And what else? We need to delete one more of these. No, we should leave that and delete. How many do I have in here? Get rid of all of this. Let's take care of the q. I'm going to assign a value to q, and I'm going to say q equals that as well. There. Now, let's go for LBL total. LBL total. In the case of LBL total, no, that should be LBL total. The text equals. I'm going to grab all of these here, and I will add q to it. Yeah, copy that, paste that right in here, and let's add q plus q right underneath here, plus q. There. And that takes care of total. Now I also need the LBL barcode. In the case of LBL barcode, I'm going to have to say .text, and that will be, let's convert to string, dot to string, and that is going to be q plus cost of items. Grab cost of items and just paste that there. Enter semicolon here. We need to enter equals here. I think that's it. So that is taken care of. Alright, now let's take care of the change itself. This will take care of my calculation of tax, subtotal, and total, and this will just display ordinary barcode. In the case of the very first one here, the very first function, this function is just to determine which of the column I'll be using for calculation, which is column number 2. So column number 2, officially the columns is column 0, 1, and 2. There are 3 columns in there, so I'm using column number 2 for my calculation. Okay, now I'm going to create another function here. We just call that public void, maybe change, because it's going to be giving out change. So let's enter change in there. There we go. In the case of change, let's move this up. Let's grab all that we have in here for the change. I'm going to grab all of these. Let me grab everything and just take care of what I don't need. No, do this first. Copy this, paste it right in here, and bring that down. And close this. Okay, that takes care of the error. And in here, maybe enter another variable C. The tax is there already. Okay, data grid view.roll is greater than this, so in that case Q. I'm going to need Q. Let's grab this Q here, paste Q there. So this is the value of Q. Okay, so this is the tax, but in this case let's add the cost of item to it as well. Okay, plus the cost of item there. Okay, so that is the total of everything. So the tax, plus the cost of item will give us the total cost. Now I'm going to then say C equals whatever we enter, which is whatever we enter from our buttons that we created. So let's convert to int 32. So let's then say LBL cash dot text there. So that takes care of that. So when I click on those buttons, whatever number I entered is stored right in here. Right. Okay, this should be uppercase T. Now let's see. To now get the total is going to be, no, we need to subtract this from this to get the change. So let's come down here and say LBL change dot text equals, convert dot to format, open up a bracket and grab all of these. I hate typing those out, put them in here, and it's going to be C, no, it's lowercase c minus q, and that's it. Enter semicolon here, there, and that takes care of the change. So the function for change is taking care of every single function that I need is there. Okay, this is the very first function that will determine the rows where the calculation will take place. Now the second function is to carry out all of the calculations, and the third function right here, that we're going to be using that for change. Alright, we can just call this one right away inside in here. Let's go to pay. So when you enter whatever in there, the pay will determine. Or let's see this. Let's move all of this down a little bit, and these ones need to come down as well. Okay, right inside pay, so double click on pay. I'm going to use an if statement. If combo dot text equals cash, right. Then I want to call change. There we go. I've just called that function now. Else and I want LBL change dot text equals clear, and LBL cash should return back to 0. So paste that in there. Okay, I've taken care of pay. Now we have this 1, 2. It's taking care of 3. So what is left is this. Now let's come in here, double click on remove item. Yeah. In the case of remove item, I'm going to use for each data grid view, so view, for each data grid view row, let's create a small object there that will be row. In this dot data grid view 1, that's my data grid view, dot selected rows, yeah, there, open the curly braces. So for each of that in there, and I want it to remove, so data grid view 1 dot row dot rows dot remove rows. There we go. That is to remove the row. And once the row is removed, I now want the add function again. Is add cost. I want that function called. Once that function is called, I might as well grab my the cache to do its own thing. I'm just going to grab all of that and just paste it right underneath here. There, and that takes care of my remove. But none of this will do anything because we have to be able to click on those buttons to be able to put all these calculation in progress. Really, there, you see, there's nothing happening here. So all these ones are just a waste of time. You see, nothing is happening. So clear. Oh, when I reset, I want this one to return back to 0. Okay, if we say remove, there's nothing to remove, so there's an error. Okay, so we take care of that now anyway. So let's come back in and let's see, this one should be, this is cache, I think. It is cache. Double click on reset. Cache equals 0. There we go. Now, each of these buttons, so let's enter some lines of code in there. So when I click on this button, I want the item to be displayed in here. Double click on that. So right in here, I'm going to first of all create a data type that will be double, and this double is going to be cost. Let's call it cost of items. Cost of item equals £2.30. There. Now let's use a for each statement. I might as well grab it right here. Just grab it right there. Grab everything, come right down here and just paste it right underneath here. There we go. Now I'll then use an if statement again. Okay, here let's move this one right underneath here. I'm going to come back to that, and here I'll use an if statement. If, now we have to use boolean. If boolean equals true, if boolean row, okay, dot cells is the very first one, dot value equals, let's say, the caps coffee. There. If it's the cap coffee, we want the system to do as follows. So what I want the system to do will be this. Okay, if it's the cap coffee, do as follows right there. Let's undo that and see what I've just done. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cap copy to become rows dot cell row. That is going to be the first one. The second one, I mean, dot value equals double dot pass, and what are we passing is going to be, let's pass it as a string row dot cells, and these cells in this case is going to be for the next number, the second one, dot value plus 1 there. Okay, now let's repeat the same thing again for the second one. I'm going to copy all of these and paste it right in here. So this will become number 2. So we have 0, the very first one, the second one, the third one. Okay, and in this case this will be 1. Multiply this by this to give us the cost. Grab that, come right here, there. Alright, that is fine. So now let's come right down here and just say add the cost. Add cost, parentheses there. Okay, let's take care of this. Let's enter a bracket in there. Alright then, now let's take care of this one. Now we now need to add the name, this very name. We need to add it straight into the role here. So all I just need to say is role.add. And what am I adding? I'm adding that, comma. I also want to add the number, which is how many, that will be 1. Then comma, I also want to add the cost of the product. Grab that and paste it right here, just there, semicolon. And that's all there is to it. I can just move this one. Let's move this one right underneath here. There. Okay, that's all there is to that. So let's get rid of this. Let's take care of this error there and delete this one. There we go. Alright, that takes care of my very first item. So let's see if it's going to work. We're going to run it and see. Now click on that. There we go. First item. You see, automatically calculate the cost as well. You see that, guys? That is good. And you can also see my barcode there. That is fine. So we can select and start removing now. Yeah, you see, remove item is working as expected there. Okay, reset. Brilliant. So all I'm then going to do is copy all of this, copy that, and come right here to the second one, double click on that. The price of that is £1.90, and change this to £1.90, and the name of that very item is it called, what is it called? This is called, okay, and that one maybe we just change that to cappuccino. So the one with the £1.90, I'm going to change that to cappuccino. Cappuccino, double C, right there. Okay, and I also need to change this to cappuccino as well. Come right here, change this one to cappuccino. There, guys. So the cost, the name of the item. Let's run and see. Okay, there we go, cappuccino there and there. So both of them are working. And now grab this, come on to the next one, double click. That one is 90p. We can just call that black coffee. So come right here, that is 90, and change this to black coffee. There. That is easy. So grab that and paste it right in here. That is fine. Now the next one, the next one will be, okay, paste that, and that one might be chocolate drink. The name is there anyway. Grab the name and paste that in here. Chocolate drink, change that. And the cost of chocolate drink one, that's £2 plus £2.59. Right, chocolate drink is taken care of. Now grab those lines of code, go for the next one. The next one is the original coffee. Double click on that, £3 plus $3.95. 3.95 original coffee or ordinary coffee. Paste that in there. Okay, repeat the same thing here. There. Now the next one is $375. Okay, we actually need to grab all of these. Grab that, paste that in here. That's 375. Change the 7, and that is supposed to be chocolate latte. Paste there. Repeat the same thing here. Paste there. Okay, so I think I've taken care of 6. Yeah, that's good. So let's run it and you guys see how that looks like. Then we can speed up the rest. It's exactly the same lines of codes anyway. So let's run it and see. There we go, guys. There we go. That's the chocolate latte, original coffee, chocolate drink, black coffee, cappuccino, copper coffee. There, guys, it's working as expected, apart from these that are not ready yet. So I'm going to now speed that up since you guys get the whole idea. But before that, let me just show it to you once more. So I'm going to double click on this. Okay, and I'll grab these lines of codes here, the same lines of codes. Come right down here, paste it right inside the procedural area there, and this one is called mixed, orange mixed, and orange mixed here. Change the name to orange mixed, and change the name here to orange mixed as well. Now one last thing, we need to know the name is the price is £1.20p. So come right down here and change that to £1.20p. There, that is how it's done. Okay, I'm now going to speed up the rest and get back to you guys shortly. Okay guys, I'll finish with the coding. So that is it for every single buttons. That's the last one. There we go. You see, as you can see, they are both the same lines of code, apart from the only difference is the price of each item and the names of the item. There, so that is it. I have 24, you can have 9. Okay, so let's run it and see how that's gonna look like. There we go. Now decision time. So let's select any of these items. Yeah, you want these. There we go, look at that. It's working as we want. There. And maybe you don't want any of this. Okay, I don't want that. Remove. I don't want this. There. And let's say the customer intend to pay with cash. Let's enter the cost in there, £50. The customer is paying. Click on total. There we go. If you subtract this from this, that should give you £50. With that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this very lovely C# tutorial of point of sales application, and I'm just going to call it the end of this tutorial. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. There's a lot of benefit for you as a member, and for my members, I'm going to say thanks a lot for all your help. Thank you. And you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.